Hey guys, so my name's Austin, Cade Austin, and today is July 21st, 2009. I'm starting this blog because I've just received my letter from my medical doctor to get my first testosterone treatment, to start testosterone treatment, so I'm officially, I guess, a member of the transgendered community now, and I feel like I want to chronicle this journey. I feel like from the videos that I've watched on YouTube and stuff that there's a couple things that I would like to say. Number one, I think it's a pretty exciting time in the world right now. I think that a lot of people in our community are really lucky, and I hope that you recognize how lucky that you are, because I've spent a lot of years in my life trying to learn to be a well-adjusted person based on what I was born with and what was possible, and the possibilities have changed now. So to that end, I'd also like to address sometimes I get questions from people, especially since Chaz Bono came out, and people wonder how someone in their 30s or older could decide to do this. Well, to that end, especially, I think it's a ridiculous question, especially coming from within our own community, the queer community. But to that end, I always use a bit of an anecdote where I tell people, imagine if you were born without the ability to walk, and in spite of living in a really supportive community where people made an effort to come and visit you and be inclusive and made sure that you had access to all the necessities of life, one day in your remote village you get the internet and you read about a doctor who is in New York who has the possibility of doing an operation that might allow you to walk, and maybe not, but maybe you will. You've never walked, so how can you miss it? But you want to go there and you want to try. But when you tell your friends about that, they kind of look at you and say, why would you want to do that? We love you the way you are. And that's pretty much how I feel. I think I've lived a pretty cool life, and I've been accepted in a lot of different circles, and I've never really relied much on our queer community solely for support. I think I'm a really approachable, accessible person, and that's why I think it's important to make a blog. I'm pretty open to questions and creating dialogue with people. It's going to be an interesting ride, and I guess the one thing is, I think our queer community is supposed to be based on inclusion, and we have a lot of really sort of hyper-political definitions that keep us all apart, and really we're all on the same side. Everybody is, really. And so to that, I'd just like to also say that probably in this blog I'll be addressing some of those points, because interestingly enough, I've actually found the most resistance to my decisions coming from within the queer community, and I wonder if other people have had that same experience. But most of my straight friends already kind of accept me and treat me as a guy, and I've had a lot of, most of my relationships have come from so-called straight girls. I don't really rely too much on the lesbian community. Even though I'm biologically, I guess I was born a female and I have had sex with women, I've never identified as lesbian. I've always called myself queer or gay. And, I've heard some arguments from some feminists and stuff that say, aren't you forsaking sort of the battle? And I hear those arguments, I hear the sentiment behind it, but I'd just like to say that I think that being transgendered and being gay are really different things, and I think we are all on the same side, and we want to be there and support and love each other. But you can't describe it if you're just simply in the wrong body. So I don't feel like I'm letting anyone down or anything. I feel like I'm just trying to do something really positive for myself and be as complete as I can be. So yeah, this is the first part of my blog. I thought I would thought I'd have some trouble finding some things to say, but turns out once you get going on these things, you know, blah 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 blah. But anyways, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and those of you who are still interested, come back for more. Thanks, guys.